Crossways International is pleased to introduce Jame Baird, a retired high school teacher in the religion department at Sacred Heart Cathedral Preparatory, a Catholic high school in San Francisco, California. Now let Jim share a recent success for Crossways International.
My favorite subject was Scripture, which I taught to freshman boys and girls. I am Catholic born and raised. I was raised in the church, and in the 1960s, like many Catholic boys, I went away to seminary for a while. It was there that I had my first formal Bible training. This was a one-semester course in the Old Testament. I did pretty well up to Adam and Eve, but after that I just got lost. I could not keep track of all the characters or all the places. I ended up passing the course, but I wasn't happy with it. And I made a promise to myself that over the years that if I ever had a chance to take another Bible study, I would take it immediately. Let's fast forward about 30 years, and at my wife's church, the Presbyterian Church of Sunnyvale, the associate pastor got up one day and said that he would be leading a 2-year class called Crossways, a 2-year Bible study. We signed up for it immediately, and I have to say I loved it. We met once a week during the academic year for 2 hours. We would have a lecture for an hour. We would discuss the Bible for another hour. And at the end of the 2 years, we had read the entire Scripture from Genesis to the book of Revelation, even including the 7 Catholic books. I liked the course so well that I signed up for a 5-day seminar led by Dr. Harry Wendt, the author of Crossways. This got me ready to become a Crossways teacher. I then taught the class at the Presbyterian Church 2 more times for the next 4 years. Now it's 2001, and I just retired for the first time. I sold my insurance agency, and it was time to look for the next thing. The San Francisco Chronicle had an ad saying, Catholic school teachers wanted. So I applied, and my seminary background and my Crossways training qualified me to be a scripture teacher. It was literally just 2 weeks after I applied that the bell rang and my first class walked in. This was 30 freshman boys and girls, and I needed 48 minutes worth of material every day. What I found after a short time teaching my freshmen was that they were having the same problem with Scripture that I had all those years before when I was in the seminary. It's just confusing. There are a lot of people and a lot of events and a lot of dates. So I knew I needed some help, and I went to my Crossways material. And I decided to use the Telltale Timeline as the centerpiece of my class. So we would dig the timeline out, and I had not the regular size ones. I had the large ones that go on the wall, the ones that are 4 feet long. I had 7 of them, and I'd get the students into groups, give them a sheet of questions to find, to locate on the timelines, and off we'd go. Now, of all the timeline diagrams, my favorite one was the one about Exodus. That's the one where we start in Egypt, we go across the Red Sea, we go into the desert for 40 years, and then into the Promised Land. When I was in seminary, and I saw that, when I was in seminary, that's what got me confused. When I took the Crossways course later, and I saw that Exodus diagram for the first time, all my confusion from my days in the seminary went away. I could see what had happened, and for some reason that cleared it all up for me. And my students had the same experience, both with that diagram and for all the rest of them in the Telltale Timeline. So for various times during the year, about once a month, we'd get back together in groups, and we'd review where we were and go through the diagrams in detail. They got so good with them that I actually would use 2 of the diagrams on the final exams, both for the Old Testament and New Testament, and they did very well. In fact, the feedback I got from the students is they loved them every bit as much as I did. I received some good news lately, and it's that the Archbishop of Minneapolis has given the Crossways material, every bit of it, the imprimatur, the Catholic seal of approval. This opens the door for Catholics everywhere to experience what I and my students did for those years when I was a Catholic high school teacher. I hope that you'll have a chance to take a look at Crossways. I think you'll enjoy it and love it just as much as we